Go ahead.
All right. Good afternoon, Sneaker Row. My name is Antonette Willams. How are you? I'm on with my wonderful brother from AC Restorations. Y'all know him as Mr. Andre Capers. He's been back on doing what he do. He's got a lot of things going on and exclusively doing wonderful. So we want to just give a little background about who he is and how this all started. Andre, tell him a lot about you.
Hey, how y'all doing, Sneaker World? It's AC coming at you. You know what I mean? I'm on the Antonette exclusive talk show. Everybody want to know how I got started in this game. I gave you a little preview of my first podcast introduction. Did myself, but I got the queen here of her show. I'm on her show right now, so we're gonna give you a thorough introduction. What you want them to know?
Tell him where you're from.
Roselle, New Jersey.
Tell
Represent
him
Jersey.
there you go. He's representing Jersey, y'all. So that's a beautiful thing, knowing that he's from right here, the heart of the hearts, right? So let him know how it all got started with wanting to even do the sneakers, bro.
Well, long story. The reason how I got into this game is learning. I had a pair of sneakers, and the queen herself bought me the sneakers. You're looking at it right now.
I remember that. I remember that.
She bought they was a size big, the Jordan 5 red cement threes, as I showed y'all on one of my podcasts. Um, and the paint got chipped, and I was gonna pay somebody to do it, and God told me I could do it myself, and I was nervous to do it because I never did nothing like this before, and I took my time, and I got my supplies and lost sleep at night. God wouldn't let me sleep, and what you see on the back of my business cards, you know what I mean? That's where it all started from. Not the tutorial video of the Cool Gray 11s, color change. It didn't start there. That was the first tutorial went on the air, but the first the sneaker I worked on, and it came off with the Jordan 5 Red 3s, like I said, as you see on the back of the business card.
Absolutely. So we're doing that, y'all. Sneaker well, and that's just a little bit to let y'all know that that was something that he didn't even have planned, from my understanding, to even have to let out to the world. But he decided to do that. And let's ask him why he decided to do that, bro.
Well, my intentions was, to be strictly honest with you, wasn't really going to try to do this for anybody. I was really trying to do this for me. Being honest and keeping it real. Uh, One of my peoples told me, he was like, I showed him what I could do. He said, Dre, you got something going on here. Get some business cards and everything, and go and run with it. And as you know, I got some business cards made. I don't know if you notice on the back of my business card, the queen is on the back. You can't really see it that good.
Yeah, basically I wasn't supposed to be on the back of the business card, Sneaker Row. Believe me, I was not trying to be in the picture. Okay. That just happened to happen because when he did it, it was actually at my house when he actually did the picture. And to get it put on the card, y'all. So it was really, really funny. But I'm grateful now. Don't get it twisted, Sneaker Row. I'm grateful now because to know him is truly to love him. That's first, and to appreciate his craft and work that he's done. He's came a long way. This is another milestone in his life, y'all. This is another milestone in his life, and this is really, really important. It goes back to the 90s, y'all, from him just playing basketball to loving sneakers to just being regular Andre Capers before AC Restoration came off. So he can tell you some more about that. He's got some good family dynamic. He's got a great clothing line going on. He's got some good sponsors, from my understanding. So let him tell you more about that.
Well, the merch came into play. I say after I did the Cool Gray 11 color change video, and I wasn't really taking it that serious. I'm gonna be strictly honest. I came out with the Jordan Bloodline video. That's when I first introduced the merch to the world. And since then I started wearing my own merch and everything. Um, I was sponsored by Turtle Feathers in the, like I said in the first tutorial video. I mean the first podcast video. Jessica from Turtle Feathers out of Bryson, North Carolina. She I buy a lot of supplies off of her and everything like that. And she told me, she's like, well, Andre, because I told her at the time, this was big at the time because there wasn't too many people doing it. And it was chips and scratches on the patent leather. And I was telling her I can restore it. So she up there said, well, remind you, this was 2010. So at that time, it was really sneaker restoration. It was kind of really like pretty much breaking the ground. You know what I mean? In the
Absolutely.
world, and it's
Absolutely.
not as big like it is now. But at that time, it was kind of huge. So
Absolutely.
she told me she's like, well, Andre, if you can do this right here, I'll sponsor you. She never seen my work, anything. Never seen anything of what I did. She just went off what I told her. And then she sponsored me on Faith. So I was dumbfounded at the time. I wasn't getting paid off for this or nothing like this. I was just doing it, like I said in my first introduction to y'all, for kids. I wasn't looking for nothing. You know what I mean? I was a ball player, so I wasn't really focusing really on this. My dreams and goals and aspirations was really trying to go to the NBA. I'm just gonna keep it straight.
Absolutely. Absolutely, y'all. And you heard it from yourself. You heard it right here in this interview that his whole plan was to do what? Play ball, y'all. So Sneaker Raw, it wasn't about sneakers. It was about him playing ball because he's really, really good. Nasty handle, disgusting pull up. You know, I can go all day with that. The 90s really meant something. It really meant something. So for him to be a professional basketball player in my eyes, the 90s Jordan, that's what I call him. He's the 90s, you know, he's the 90s Jordan for us. For him to be able to have that milestone and to come to y'all Sneaker Raw and to be able to bring this milestone to y'all, this creation, and be this creative and having God in his life first, y'all, it's only going to get better. It's only going to get greater. So y'all just got to look out for all the stuff that's coming because there's a lot coming. You know, feel free to, you know, chip in on his podcast. He's got a great podcast going on or whatever the case may be. He's got good co-hosts. It's totally fabulous. And it's all about just doing the work and enjoying what he does, enjoying the craft. Um, Dre, let him know about everything else.
So we was talking like about doing. She was supposed to be on Faith, so I needed an artist, and I had an artist at the time. His name was Miguel. You know what I mean? He's very a busy person. It's very good. It's very hard to get in contact with him now. So we got a lot going on. He plays instruments in the band. Um, he could draw his behind off, top key. And I ran into him at AC Moore down in Linden, New Jersey. I was telling him I was looking at the time. I was looking for some supplies out of there. I told him what I do. I gave him my business card. And after that happened, I told him, I said I was sponsored on the pro team with Turtle Feathers out of Bryson, North Carolina. So I told him any tutorials I do gotta be seen on the air. So during this time, to remind y'all, it's 2010. I mean, not 10, I apologize. It was 2015. I apologize. All this took place in 2015. It wasn't 2010. So I apologize on that. I don't know what I was thinking when I said that. But I needed a camera guy. So he introduced me to some of his peoples, and somebody jerked me for some money. It didn't turn out that good, but at the end of the day, I ran into the person I needed needed to help me with to set it off with all the tutorials and everything. From media, he go by his name is Nelson Malona, and he go by the name of Media. And
Shout out to Nelson. Shout out to Nelson, the camera guy, for holding it down and getting him started. Shout out to him for that. Yeah, definitely.
Nelson told me, he said, I told him what happened. I got screwed around. He said, I don't got nothing to do with that. And he told me his price. I paid him $100. That was 2015. Paid him $100, and then since then everything. He's been my camera guy ever since. He's the best, man. In the business. You know what I mean? You can hit him up if you need any work done. He deals with MCs. He deals with artists. I mean, you can hit him up. Just go to his profile on Facebook, Nelson Malona. And also you can hit him up on IG, and also you can look at him on TikTok. The man does excellent work. He's out of Massachusetts, out of Boston. You know what I mean? Show my boy some love.
Yeah, awesome brother, awesome brother. Please feel free to show him some love, show him some love, show him some love, y'all. Make sure y'all hit him up, check out his work, good guy, good man. Please check him out. Because if it wasn't for him, AC Restorations would be probably still held up. This is a beautiful thing, y'all. So let's talk to him about basketball. We got to go there real quick. I'm sorry, bro. I know you didn't want to, but I got to bring up 1995 real quick. So how does that, you know, from then till now, how does that make you feel to know that you did what you did then, and then to come back into sneaker world and turn it around and then not be basketball, just a little different because God kind of told you what you wanted, what he wanted you to do. How does that feel? How does that feel to just change over, kind of, sort of?
Well, I wasn't really looking for the changeover, to be honest with you.
Okay. Honesty is the best policy.
I wasn't looking sneaker world to change over because I got the love for the basketball. You know what I mean? I love that game so much, and I learned from two great basketball players, and I learned from Magic Johnson because Magic Johnson he had some nice passes. I can pass my behind off. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say I'm Magic Johnson, but I'm Andre Capers. You know what I mean?
Andre Capers. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I also learned from Michael Jordan. I used to watch Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Used to be a big Knicks fan back in the day, even though he crumbled my Knicks and all that. But I used to love Michael Jordan too. I used to love watching Michael Jordan play, and he kind of really initiate the spark to get me into really more into it. Things didn't work out. I wish things had. I tried out. I was okay and I was in school. I didn't really get good till I got out of school. That, to be honest with you, at that time I started taking it more serious. I tried out for a Division II college. I went out to Mid America Bible College down in Oklahoma. I tried over there. That was back in I say 1999. 2001, I tried out for the men's semi-pro league in Hoop Heaven in Whippany, New Jersey. I tried over there. And then I think around like maybe around 2015, I retried out for the men's semi-pro league they had down in Newark, New Jersey, down at where the Seton Hall Pirates, and also it was the New Jersey Nets at the time at the Prudential Center. I tried that over there. So, you know what I mean? But basketball, a lot of favoritism. They look for a lot of different things and everything like that. It's a favoritism game, but you know what I mean? Things didn't work out. And how I got into the sneaker thing was, like I said, the Queen bought me my first pair of Jordans because me and her, that's like my sister right there.
I didn't share that. Yeah, I didn't share that with y'all, sneaker world. You know, we've got a great friendship here. You know what I mean? And you know, that's my brother. I don't consider him nothing else. He's not a friend. He's my brother. You know, I've known him since he was about 15, 16 years old, y'all. And let me tell you, I've watched him on the pavement. I've watched him on the hardwood. I've watched him tear it down. I've done that physically, sick, well, happy, sad, y'all. So just to know that he's out here bringing it to y'all, showing it to y'all. I'm sorry that it's not in a basketball form, y'all. I wish it was. God knows I do. But I'm certainly happy that he's doing it in the form of being able to do his own sneaker, do his own shoe, and then make y'all satisfied. And I hope y'all like what he's doing and what he brings to y'all. You know what I mean? And y'all can appreciate his work and his craft for his ability to be able to do what he's able to do. You know what I mean? So thank God for that. Thank God for Mr. Capers. Thank God for AC Restorations. Thank God for the co-host to AC Restorations, MC Streets. Shout out to him as well. We appreciate all the hard work. Continue to just do what we do here at AC Restorations. You know what I mean? And he's the man of the hour. So, just like I said, continue checking him out, continue praying for him, continue holding him down. He's going to continue to keep bringing you the best work. We're going to try to come back with a part 2 to this segment. Probably within the next 1 or 2. We're going to try to, have some more to talk about, have some more stuff to tell you because it's so much. And then within 30 minutes, it's not going to happen. But we are going to try to come back with different exclusive stuff for y'all just to keep it, keep it funky, keep it nice. And hopefully y'all enjoy. So any questions, comments, feel free to hit his page, hit him up, and he's going to get back to you at his earliest convenience. But I'm going to let him finish it out for y'all.
Yeah, so like I said, she the one, Antonette, the one really, she helped me out because that's like my sister. So she knew I wanted the shoe and I didn't have no money. And she shot me on it. She went to the store. And at the time, this is how bad I wanted the shoe. And the size is a 14. I don't wear a 14. I wear a size 13.
There you go.
And
that was serious. It was determined, y'all.
and I didn't. At the time, it's not. I'm gonna be honest. It's not good wearing shoes that's a little big for you, or
absolutely
you mess your feet up. I'm gonna be strictly honest with you. But you know what I mean. At the time, I just didn't care. I just wanted them, and at the time, it's been so long since I had them the first time. You know what I mean. They had the black cements, and then this was my second pair getting back into it, and I had to have them, and when they got messed up, I was going to actually pay somebody to do it. But like I said, God told me I can do it, and the rest went history. And never imagined I'll be here live on doing podcasts and doing tutorials. Never seen none of this coming. I'm being strictly honest. Never looked nothing out of it. And now I'm over here helping the United States of America, and now I'm forming a business and doing this for not just. I'm doing this for everyone. So. This wasn't
he's definitely
the plan.
working for himself. He's working for himself, and
this wasn't the plan. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I guess God had other plans that all this came into play, and this is his plan. So, and doing this worldwide, and I enjoy it. It got its challenges like everything else. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I mean, ain't nothing easy out here. You got to study your craft and work at it, and you know what I mean? And I also learned a lot also from restoring my sneakers, the Oriental guys. You know what I mean? Because at that time wasn't that many YouTube videos. I was watching him. Retro Sneakers. He was another one. At that time, we talk about 2000. I'm talking about 2015. So these was the guys at the time. Retro Sneakers had like, I don't know, 1 million likes. With the brother, it was the camera guy, and the other one was up there doing a restoring and all this.
10-year. We're talking about a 10-year difference. He's talking about 2015, and this is 2025. So a 10-year difference. Things were different at that time than what it is now. Yeah, absolutely.
And I was watching guys like that, and they formed Voltron over here, and I never seen none of this coming, to be honest with you. But I like to take my hats off to the legends, to restore my sneakers. I like to thank y'all, because y'all really got me in this driver's seat now, sneakerhead in the Bay. You know what I mean? I remember I was trying to go for a job with Rejuvenator. Never forget it. Talk to Rejuvenator and everything. This one Rejuvenator was Rejuvenator. They didn't even have Vic Almighty down there. They didn't have nobody. And this is after I dropped the Cool Gray 11 color change video. They told me I didn't have enough likes. That's what they told me. And I say probably this was 2015. And then I say maybe a couple months down the road, then Vic Almighty came on board. So, you know what I mean? Then I started seeing what he was doing. But, you know what I mean? It's a lot of greats in the game, you know what I mean? And John Manano, You know what I mean? He's one of them. You know what I mean? He started, you know what I mean, breaking down the midsole, the shoes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I pay homage and respect to those guys because you know what I mean. Because without them, to be honest with you, ACC the Restoration wouldn't been here. Because I learned from the best. That and right now I'm trying to go to school to learn how to make custom shoes from scratch and make sneakers. Like I said on the podcast, I got a big video. I got a big project got to come up, but you won't see no video on it because I'm not trying to be sued by the shoe surgeon. So he got a lot
All
of
right,
stuff.
so yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on, y'all. And remember what he just said. He's got a big, a big situation coming up. Although it's not going to be on video, but he's got a big project coming up. But it's not going to be on video, but it's going to be huge. And I look forward to seeing that. And hopefully, he's able to even show y'all maybe on Facebook or something like that. But not on video, y'all. But again, he's still working behind the scenes, and that's just to go to show you that regardless to what, it never stops. The beat keeps going.
Exactly. And I'm going to be taking it to sneaker shows and displaying my work and everything. And if somebody needs something done, I'm here. Restoration videos and all that, I show that all day. Because they can't come at you because you like a body shop. You just put everything back together. But making it and all that stuff, I'm not. I don't want to be called and they be trying to send me a letter to come to court and all this stuff to try to sue me. So you ain't gonna see nothing or nothing like that. So you can go to other like you can watch other people do it, but you ain't gonna see me. You know what I mean? But I'll show you what I would do, but I'm not gonna show you how to do it now.
That's it. That's it, y'all. And that's the part where y'all gonna have to figure that out for yourselves. Because again, this is just he's just getting back into it all over again. And it's just getting better, but he's still got some work to do. But like I said, y'all, just because he's not on camera, don't ever get it twisted. He's still working for y'all so that he can just get better and get greater. He's got a lot of stuff out already, which is totally hot. I think was totally cool. So, check that stuff out. And like I said, more stuff is coming. It's just that this particular project will not be on video, y'all. So I know that y'all gonna be wanting to see it and stuff like that. But again, when he's ready to, bring that out or how he does that, he'll definitely let the sneaker world know what's going on with that. Definitely. But as things go on and as projects do pop off, he will definitely certainly bring it to y'all as he can with respect and, modification to make sure that he's all right as long as y'all are all right. All right. So that's really, really important.
Exactly. Like she said. And I'm just trying to focus on right now on my show, on my podcast, like on my downtime, to keep myself relevant because it's hard for me to get into the lab and do things. I understand people want to see this every day, but you don't know what I go through behind the scenes to make this happen and all this. The camera guy got to find a location. It's no joke. You know what I mean? When I go in the lab, I drop like maybe 3 or 4 tutorials, and I do it like in 2 or 3 days. And then by the time you edit and everything like that, you seeing it on the air. Yeah, you see it on the air, but you know what I mean? I could do it today, but it might not be on the air for 2 or 3 months later. You know what I mean? But I try to do as much work as possible to keep show y'all what's going on. And I understand too, in this game, a lot of people not really showcasing their work no more. And I see that, like in the shorts and stuff. People don't want to show you what they do because this is a business. So if you want something done, they don't want to show you how to do it because they want you to send it to them. But I came from the old school. I learned from the old school. I want to continue showcasing my work and showing you the best how to do it and everything like that because I learned from some great teachers. And like I said, if it wasn't for Restore My Sneakers, Retro Kicks, John Manano, you know what I mean, Vic Almighty, you know what I mean? But and a lot of Sneakerhead in the Bay, and the list goes on. And I can't mention everybody, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about 2015. I ain't talking about today. I'm talking about 2015. I learned from a lot of greats to turn AC into what he is now. Also, I learned from at that time when I did the Cool Grade 11 Cool Grade video, I learned from King of Sneakers. Today, you know, I was probably like the second or third person that did it. The video went viral. It was at a 15K. You know what I mean? back in 2015. You know what I mean? And that kind of set everything off right there. You understand? But yeah. So I mean, these people today
See, I
that's
got it,
making
but okay,
these
bro.
these people today, they ain't showing you no videos. I'm keeping it as original as possible because that's how I learned from back in 2015. They show you from start to finish how everything going to be. Some things you might have to figure it out. You understand what I'm saying? They're not
Yep.
going to show you all that. They want to do shorts, show you a 30-second video, and that's it because they want you to send it to them. Hey, if you could do it, kudos to you. Well, if you can't do it, you know what I mean? That means you up there bring it to me and I do it for you. You know what I mean? I'm talking to the ones that can't do it. If that, you know what I mean? Because everybody can't do this. I don't
Got
care
that
how
right.
much.
You
I
got that
don't.
right.
I don't care how much you try to do something. Some things is not for you. You know what
That's
I
right.
mean? And some things are for you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. In this game, you will be spending some money. You got to pay close attention. You don't know what I go through to get everything dead on point. It's not a 1-2. Like I said this in a podcast, and I say right on the Antonette Willams show. It's not a 1-2-3 process. Like okay, you snap your fingers and here we go. Nah, nah. It don't work like that. You
It
got dead
definitely,
stock paints. You got to
it
clean
definitely
them.
doesn't. It definitely doesn't, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you because I remember, Andre would be in the house and he'd call me and he'd say, "Yo, sis, what's up? What's going on? What are you doing? I've been in the house for like 2 days working on sneakers, y'all." So I just want to let y'all know that he's telling you the truth when he says that it takes time to go out and get these paints and get these, equipment and items that he needs to do these things. It takes time. It may take a week. It may take 2 weeks. It depends on what he has to do, what type of work he's doing, and what it consists of. Because it's very time consuming, y'all. It's very time consuming. It looks nice when it's done. It looks easy. It's not, y'all. It's not. He definitely puts in that work a lot. That's why I said behind the scenes he's still working. There's things that he's doing that's unbelievable, y'all. It takes time. That's why, like, if you want him to do the work, you have to let him see what he's got to do. You know what I'm saying? And then take the time out to, discuss financial and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot in this sneaker game. It's a lot. It's money involved in it. It's out there, but you got to know what you're doing. And like you said, y'all, you got to know your craft and where it's at. Because if not, it's not going to work for you. Everything is not meant for everybody. So I totally agree with that.
And anybody can do it, but you gotta, you know what I mean. You gotta, like she said, you gotta have the time and the patience to put in. You gotta be willing to spend the money on the stuff. You gotta be prepared if you make mistakes. You gotta spend more money. Then you need insurance. Insurance. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. If you mess up on somebody's shoe, you gotta replace that shoe. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot that goes into this game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you got to try to take your time and learn your craft. But you can do it. But it's up to you. It's about your heart. It's about the willing and the desire and the fire you got in you. If that's what you want to do and your passion for it. I have a passion for it. I'm a type of person. I don't like wearing messed up kicks. You know what I mean? If I know it's raining outside, no common sense. I'm not gonna wear my good kicks outside. That's just common
Is that
sense.
right?
Sometimes I might be stuck in it, and I don't got no choice or anything. I understand that, but majority
Right.
of the time, if I know the weather messed up, I'm not gonna wear them. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna wear my good kicks to go play ball in. I might have a
Yeah.
pair I don't care about. I might have a pair I wear in the house and clean the house with or clean the yard or something like that or go play ball in them. That's just me. I'm not gonna wear my good stuff. You're a grown man. You got to take care of your stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be going out
Yeah.
here looking like a bum. You don't
That's it.
got nothing.
That's it. And
You
that's
know what
where,
I mean?
yeah, that's why the work is so, the work is, you pay so much money for these sneakers and the craft of what it takes to make them. You want to take care of them. You want to make sure that at least if you're going to spend that money, you want to get your money's worth. You want to make sure you have them as long as you possibly can. You know what I mean? That's the most important part. And one thing about Andre, I can tell y'all, he is very crafty when it comes to his items, his stuff, his sneakers and things like that. What he's telling y'all is really the truth. You do want to take care of your stuff. He does. He takes care of every pair of sneakers that he has, literally, to make sure to keep them well reserved. You know what I mean? For them to last. And this is stuff that he buys on his own to put on his own feet, not what he's actually showing y'all. And he's been like that for years. You know what I'm saying? So take his word for it. Trust me, it does work. You know what I mean? The care of it is the most important part because there's no sense of spending the money if you're not going to take care of it.
See, Nike ain't gonna tell you this because they want you to come back and spend money. You understand? I take care of my stuff. Plus, thank God, I'm a sneaker restorer. Through God and Jesus, I can restore them and bring them light back into them through the gift of them. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It really all boils down to you. You know what I mean? If you're the type of person, you're real hard on your stuff and everything like that, and you're not trying to take care of them, they're gonna look like garbage. If you try to take care of your stuff and try to keep them out of keep grass stains off them, keep the yellow taupe off your shoes and all that stuff, and try to stay up on them. If the paint chip, you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta sand down the paint, remove the old paint. You gotta sand it down, repaint the midsole. You know what I mean? If you need a re-glue, there's a lot of, you got to put acetone in it. You know what I mean? To remove all the old glue off. If you got to do a re-glue, you know what I mean? Some re-glues is easy, some of them aren't. Some of you have to do some sewing in it. Some of you have to do a sewing off. Some of them you can just re-glue. You know what I mean? This job is a lot of work that goes into it. And it's up to you if you're willing to take the time out, you know what I mean, and learn about your craft. You know what I mean? I had a passion for sneakers because I always try to take care of my sneakers like Antonette was telling you since I was young. So this is just didn't start. My parents didn't go out here and buy me 1 or 2 pairs of sneakers like some of these kids got today. You understand? It wasn't like that. So whatever I had to take care of it. I got sneakers I had from like 10 or 15 years ago, and they still look great. You understand? Because I'm not hard on my shoe. You know what I mean? So it all depends on you. And I got shoes I don't really care for. I'm not worried about it.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Because I play ball in them and everything else like that.
And that's what it's all about, sneaker world. It's about having a craft and having a niche. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and that, you know, take care of your stuff, take care of your sneakers. You know what I mean? Don't go out here spending money. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to take care of them, they cost a lot of money. You know, you want to keep them and keep them well reserved, as Andre and I we were talking about. So that's really important. Furthermore, back to his podcast, y'all. This is what I really wanted to get into really quick was the podcast. Y'all got to check him out on this podcast. This podcast is awesome. You got to really watch that. Check him out. The podcast is fun to listen to. He's got a lot of good stuff to talk about up there. That's interesting. There's a lot of work to be done with that, but he's pushing forward, y'all. So y'all just got to look out for him. You know, show him a lot of love because it's definitely worth it. He definitely puts that work in. He's got some more stuff coming, some more work coming on some different sneakers that he's getting ready to try to collab and do. He's got some real good stuff behind the scenes that I saw, but I'm not gonna share that on air today. I won't do that. I'm gonna let him bring that to you on the podcast. And also, y'all can definitely check me out on the podcast real soon because I'll be up there as well. Any questions, comments, stuff like that, feel free to, drop a line. We're here. But it's all about just letting y'all know, basically, where Andre Capers came from, how AC Restorations got started, how I ended up on the back of a business card, and I ain't even in business yet. Y'all, you understand what I'm saying? Jokes on me. Jokes on me, y'all. But, that's what happens when you have a really good friendship. And again, he's a really good guy. We've had a friendship for years. He's my brother. I love him. I support him. I've been supporting him for a very long time. I continue to do so. This is another milestone in his life. I'm so proud of him because I know it's going to get greater later, and it's so much more better. He's always bringing me new stuff to look at, read, see. So it's dope, y'all. So if he's doing it for me, and I'm right here, he's doing it for y'all too. But it's going to be just awesome. So just sit back, relax, hold on, enjoy the ride. He's coming with more stuff.
Most definitely. I got a whole lot of stuff coming. But like I said, I don't want to repeat it again, but it's hard to get in the lab. I call it the lab. And in the meantime, I just also want to work on other things besides working in the studio. Because I feel like this, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people out here have sneaker shows, and they never restored a sneaker a day in their life. I do both. I can talk about the shoe because I actually touched the shoe and I've did work in the shoe. You know what I mean? And also on top of that, I could talk about these sneakers that comes out. You got people out here, you know what I mean, never restored a shoe a day in their life. And you know what I mean? And they up there talking like they really know. You know what I mean? But if you ask them to restore a shoe, they can't even tell you nothing about it.
Yeah, you got to know
You
who's
know what I
who's
mean?
who because there's a lot of scammers going on. There's a lot of scamming going on, y'all, with people that claim they know how to restore sneakers or claim they know how to do this, and you find out that they don't. You got a lot of people selling stuff that ain't got no business selling stuff to people, trying to beat them out their chains. That's not cool, y'all. It's a lot going on with that. So pay attention to who you have restoring your sneakers. Make sure that they are real restored. There's a few of them, but just make sure that they're legit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like he said, you go to a sneaker show, ain't never restored a sneaker. You paying your money. The guy says they can restore a sneaker, and you get back and they're not restoring the sneaker. Well, that's not Andre Capers, y'all. If you got any sneakers that y'all want to restore or want to restore, give him a call, email or Facebook, hit him up. And he'll discuss with you, prices and things like that. Take a look at your shoes, see if he can even do the work. And I will tell you this, if he cannot do the work, he will not take it. He will not take it. He will not waste their time with that situation. So
I,
that's the good thing about that.
if I can't do it, I'll let you know, and I refer you to somebody that can do.
Absolutely.
People know me in this industry, and I know people, they know me. So we all network in this business. They respect my work and I respect theirs. So you
Absolutely.
still get the job done. I can't tell you what they're gonna charge you. I don't got nothing to do with their pricing. You know what I mean? But if I can do it, I can tell you what I'll charge you. Everybody's pricing on this game is different. And they also
Absolutely.
gotta look at the time and the effort and the quality they're putting into this to make it right for you. So when you go out and wear it, you're very pleased and happy with it. You understand?
Right.
And you be willing to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It don't have to be restoration. You might just need a clean, something simple. You might just want your stuff clean. You know what
Yep.
I mean? And it could be whatever. But you go, you know what I mean? I'm here. I'm here if you need any help or anything like that. I'm here for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Feel free, because I mean, he's like I said, y'all, it's not an easy thing. Mr. Andre, he does the work. He does what he has to do. Again, I stress to y'all, make sure that if y'all do need restoration done, serious inquiries only. I will stress this also on the podcast. Serious inquiries only. If you do need help, if you have questions, feel free to hit him up on Facebook, hit him up on Instagram, and also feel free to give a call. And he will get back to you at his earliest convenience. And if, like he just said, if again, he's not able to do the work or he cannot help you and he's not sure about something, he will put you on to somebody that is sure about it, y'all. So just know that he's here if you need the help. He's got a team of people behind him. And like I said, as he helps you, he's gonna be helping himself. He's going to school for it to just get better. So that's the dope thing, is that he is gonna go to school for it. So that everything that he does, that his craftsmanship is even better than ever. Um, and so on and so forth. So y'all, it's work, but he's willing to put in that work to keep this business going. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it get discouraging to you. If you feel as though that you can try it and you want to try it yourself, feel free, go ahead. See how it works out. If you get stuck, like I said, feel free to hit him up. He's there. He will get back to y'all. So it's up to y'all, Sneaker World, on how y'all rock out and how y'all do things. We was just giving you a little rundown feedback on what the situation is with Mr. Capers and how he gets down and how he rolls and what he feels about his craft and the work that he does. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that y'all enjoying what y'all seeing, because I'm certainly enjoying what I'm seeing. Like I said, it's just gonna get greater later. So it's up to y'all how y'all do that. But on YouTube, hit the likes for, I guess, the like button for for his stuff. On Facebook, feel free to comment on that. He's got, I'm quite sure, stuff up and going on that too. And then also the podcast.
Subscribe to it. You can
Yeah,
subscribe to the YouTube channel.
yep. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And jump on and in the comment section, y'all. hit him up and, let him know, what you like, what you don't like. So he knows, at least getting feedback from the world. Because that's what it's all about. It starts with y'all and it ends with y'all. Because everybody is not into sneakers. You know what I mean? It takes a certain amount of people that really love sneakers. That's about keeping them clean. They like their Nikes. They like their Jordans. And when I say sneakers, it doesn't always have to be Jordan. It could be Nikes. It could be whatever you want it to be. But just take care of it. Find your niche. Find your craft. You know what I mean? Don't spend the money and get rid of them. You know what I mean?
And I understand also too. Everybody got this show is not for everyone.
Absolutely.
Like this shows out there I'm not into. It's for the serious sneakerhead. So I'm talking to serious sneakerhead who that die hard, and there's a lot of people in this world that's really into this. So
absolutely.
So I'm, what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all not stupid. Y'all know that everything's not for everybody. So,
got that right.
You know what I mean? But I'm talking to the ones that is into this. If y'all need my services, you can hit me up at my email is andrae1128@yahoo.com. And if you gotta give me a phone call, 908-416-0970. And then if you want to subscribe to my channel on YouTube and stay tuned for my more podcasts and upcoming tutorials. You know what I mean? You be in the game, you know what's going on. You be alerted on your phone when I do something. It's AC Sneaker Restoration Maine 1285. Also, you can follow me on my Facebook at ANDRAECAPERS. Also, you can follow me on my Instagram at ANDRAECAPERS. Also, you can follow me on TikTok, AC Sneaker Restoration, and also follow me on Threads.
Y'all heard it here, y'all. This is all the ways that you can contact Mr. Andre Capers. So there's no reason for y'all to have to, be without. So check him out. This has definitely been an exclusive interview in reference to AC Restoration, y'all. And I hope that y'all enjoyed the interview. If you feel free to hit him up on all those platforms and reference to the interview and anything else, podcasts and sneakers and any other questions, comments on today and anything that he has up and coming. Feel free to do that. My name is Antonette Willams. I've enjoyed spending time with y'all. I look forward to coming back. Like I said, we look forward to doing a part 2 to this probably within the next maybe month to 2 months. All right, y'all. But I will be on the podcast. Y'all can check me out on the podcast. Y'all can also hit me up if you like through email if you want. And also hit me up at pandaqueen60,000@gmail.com. Y'all, if y'all have any comments, questions, or anything like that on what's up and coming next, I'm not going to tell you what the next part to this is. Can't do that, But y'all going to have fun and enjoy what's coming up next. I promise. And I look forward to seeing y'all. Peace.
Peace, sneaker world.